Hello, everyone, and welcome to RWB Sports. Hi, this is Reginald Peoples, your host. Today, we're getting ready to sit down and talk to a young man that we've been wanting to have on the show for quite some time. He is the junior welterweight going into December the 6th, fighting at the historic 2300 arena. I want everybody to take this opportunity to welcome in the new up and coming prospect, Muhammed Robinson. Welcome to the show, sir.
I appreciate you.
Always, always. So let's go ahead and get into it. You got a record of 8-1. All right. That one coming from a blemish from a gentleman that's right here in Philadelphia. When you fought at the live casino, Kashan, what is his name? Najee Johns. You've had a tremendous run since that blemish on your record. How do you come back from, you know, a loss? And this is just going out to, all the young fighters that's trying to hold on to that O. And I blame that on Floyd Mayweather by having fighters think that they have to hold on to that O to be great. You're still on the run to being great, but that one blemish. How did you come back? How did you find the strength to come back from that and go on a win streak?
All right, so basically, I just knew I had to make adjustments, like in my training camps and stuff like that. Like I knew I wasn't like 100% that fight. So and that right there just motivated me. Like, all right, so this time we gotta do this and that different. And another thing, like in terms of like keeping the O, there's a lot of great fighters out there like Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray, like they prove to you that you don't have to be to have an O on your record in order for you to be one of the best in the world. So and then that last fight, I mean that fight that I lost, like I said, I knew that like I could have looked way better, and I knew that if I had made some adjustments, in my training, and I outperformed way better than I did, and that's what kept me going, and
Right.
think about the
And
future.
right. And I was there at that fight. I was there at that press conference that they had, and I was impressed. I was impressed by the work and the effort that you and your team put in. You came into a hostile environment and yet you still put on a war. But what I'm most impressed about is what you've done since then. Uh, you've gone on to TKO everybody that you fought after that. Now you have a ruffian, as we call it, coming up December the 6th. How has training camp been going, knowing that you're going in there with what we call back in the day a knucklehead? A knucklehead's one of those guys you can beat on, but they still there at the end. How have you planned and how have you, you know, adjusted your camp to deal with such a fighter?
So basically, I just been making sure I'm training very hard, and making sure my condition is good. A lot of running, a lot of sprints, a lot of high intense workouts. Because for them knuckleheads, like if they hard to get out of there, then you gonna need the cardio, the conditioning to keep going. You don't want to tire out in the rain. So I feel like the training that I have been doing lately is gonna
Right.
you know help with that.
Right. And also with that, you have a tremendous team around you. You have a lot of families that fight. Most of the time, they say a family that prays together stays together. The Robinson family is a family that fights together, stays together, along with prayer. Because you have two other brothers that you have to compete with, also, correct?
Yeah, yep, that's correct.
So, and your older brother just fought, and now your younger brother is getting ready to go to nationals right after uh, your fight on Saturday.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on right now.
Right, right. Now, how do you all juggle that? How do you juggle that, in a family environment, working, a 9 to 5, helping train your younger brother, you training, getting ready, and, helping your older brother get ready. What are the conversations like around the table?
Basically, man, we always just trying, be there for each other, motivate each other to keep going. Telling each
Uh-huh.
other that all the hard work that we've been putting in eventually gonna pay off. And
Right,
we think about the future, like eventually all this gonna pay off. And we always, giving each other them talks, like you gotta keep going, keep working hard, don't stop.
right,
Just trying to keep on
right.
board each other to keep going. And staying
And
disciplined too, like that's very important, like for these fights,
right, and
cutting.
that's what I was going to say, because I have a feeling that the three of you all are very close knit. And talking to your dad, I know how, and I see how he's reared you all, and he's brought you all up to be close knit. Um, I know that you all are very judgmental of each other. Out of the three, who's the toughest on who? Who's the one that's putting his foot down, all the time, saying, "No, that ain't how you do it. This is how you do it."
Um, who the toughest? I mean, I feel like we all got our areas on how to correct things, like
Right?
teaching each other things. But I feel like shit, I mean, like I said, we all be doing that to each other, like
Right. Right.
we
And that's what it's all about. It's all about, camaraderie. It's all about, coming together as a family, as a team. It's just like you may be good, on the conditioning side. So that's your forte in pushing the guys to be, you know, mentally, prepared for conditioning, to be, you know, what word am I looking for? To be, uh, on top of it, when it comes to conditioning. Your brother may be, you know, good when it comes to technique, but you work together as a team. And that's a good thing. That's what's gonna take you all to the top for sure.
right. Like anytime we see each other slacking on something, of course, gonna point that out so we can try fix and get better at doing that.
Right,
So always gonna
right.
try to help each other improve and get better.
And that's the way to do it. And I love that. I love that about the Robinson boys, and how they stick together. You see one, you see the other one, and they always trying to better each other. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So now let me ask you this, because I know there's a lot of competition going on, between the three of you. When it comes to fight time, and I know when you all were on the amateur level, it was a little different, but now that you're pros, when it comes to fight time, do your brothers, do they sit down and have encouraging words, in the locker room? Are they sitting there, are they walking through the fight with you, or do you walk through your brother's fight with them when they get ready to fight?
Oh yeah, anytime we can, we always going have either cause like why not be there if if we was there training with each other, helping each other do training camp. So I'm always gonna want to be
Right,
in the locker room with my brother when he's about to fight, and walk him down, walk to the ring
right,
with him. But
right,
sometimes it's like limitations, like yeah, limitations. People will be stopping you from going in the locker room and stuff like that. Like
right.
my brother last fight, but hey, we still there, of course, cheering them on, trying to encourage them, stuff, and
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Without question. Without question. Now, in the junior welterweight division, it's pretty stacked right now. who are you looking to face? Because I know one or two of these guys you have faced already as an amateur. One of them, I think, being the youngest champion out there right now, Mr. Mason. So, what is it going to take for you to get to that point to where you're ready to call him out and you're ready to run that back again now that you're a professional?
All right. Mason fight at 135, right?
Yeah, he does now. Yes. Uh huh.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So that's lightweight. Well, I fight at
Right.
140.
142, 140. Uh huh. You junior. Uh huh.
Yeah. So for that to happen, I would just have to work my way up. Work my way up to that point. You know, keep fighting more and more step up fights, more tougher fighters, and
Mm-hmm.
eventually, if that opportunity do present itself, I would make sure, the money right, and it's just make sure it's the right time to take the fight, and I shoot it would definitely be an exciting fight that I would want to run back.
Right. Oh, yeah, and the reason I say Mason is because by the time we get there, he's going to mature because he's so young right now, and it's going to be hard for him to make 35. You can look at his bone structure and see that it's going to be tough for him to stay at 30, 35 for a while. So it won't be long, and y'all will be looking eye to eye.
Oh yeah, yeah, that could definitely
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Definitely about
So
that.
it. Oh yeah, for sure. Eh, Now let me ask you this: growing up, when I boxed, of course, I boxed way back in the day when it. Let's just say way back in the day, we had fighters that we would imitate growing up. My favorite fighters, I had two that I would try to mimic when I was in the ring. One was Muhammad Ali, of course. He was my all-time great. My other one was Jack Johnson, and Jack Johnson was a straight ahead brute. He was just strong. He was country, and he would hit you. What fighters do you try to look at and study to bring into your arsenal?
And growing up, it always used to been Floyd Mayweather. The reason why I liked him as
Hmm.
a fighter because like I always like how he hit and don't get hit.
Right.
Ever he never been dropped before, and he got that on his record. Of course, he's undefeated, and I just always like growing up. I always like when he fight because it just always brought excitement and his style. And I always try to like kind of mimic his style, not like of course completely like copy his style or anything like that, but I always try to like
Hmm.
learn from what he do and how
Right.
he fight his opponents.
Right. And I look at it too because I'm pretty sure you do it as well. When you look at fighters, we look at fighters differently than a fan look at fighters. We look at the technical side on how did they pull that off? How were they able to do that? And then you go back to the lab and you practice it. What do you think about the the change in fight styles nowadays? Because over the years, the style has changed. It's changed from, the American style fighter, which danced around the ring and that was really flamboyant in the ring, to now most fighters sitting down and throwing heavier shots. They don't have very much foot movement, but they have more head movement and they throw more power shots. How do you feel about that transition?
I feel like as the why a lot of fighters would start like trying to sit down on their punches, try to throw real hard punches, is because they wanna try to excite the fans. Cause at the
Right,
end of when you fighting, it's all about entertaining the fans. So
right.
a lot of people try to go for like knockouts, getting that knockout ratios up. Like Tank Davis going like like Tank right now, and the
Hmm.
monster. Like I feel like a lot of people try to get their knockout ratios up because that's what the fans want to see, and they want to, the fans want to see a brawl, like a brutal fight. Anytime like
Right.
people like Shakur
Right.
Stevenson, anytime they try to like do that hit and get hit, not get hit, they call it running. Like some of those fans out there don't know what boxing is. They see boxing as
Right.
running, and
Right. Because
if
I
you have
know,
fans looking at you like that,
yeah, and I know Shakur just went through, not Shakur, Haney, just went through that couple of fights back. They was talking about him running, and then he actually sat down. And like you said, a lot of the fans don't understand, the sport of boxing. Me myself personally, I like to move. You know what I mean? I like to be light on my feet. I like to give angles and things like that. But I was talking to some gentlemen the other day. Actually, I was talking to Coach Ford and Steve and those guys down there last week, and they brought up the thing of when they go to the Olympic camps and get ready for the Olympics, that they're trained by those coaches, and that's how they train the fighters nowadays. To sit down and actually just throw heavy punches. They don't train them to move around. They don't train them to dance anymore. So, which style do you prefer more? Let me ask you that.
I feel like uh I feel like with me it's not like one dimensional style. Like I feel like I want to try incorporate both. Like learn how to box while also trying to, sit down on my punches, throw some real good hard offensive like punches.
Right,
But I do want like my power to hurt. I mean my punches to hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like I want my knockouts up there too. But I
right.
also want to, make sure my skills is on point. My boxing, my footwork, movement, head movement, technique.
Okay. They say styles make fights, and the different styles, the way the people fight, is what makes a fight. Because I was watching, just to take for instance, I watched the Caleb Plant Canelo Alvarez fight, and I watched how that transpired. Even though Caleb Plant was the dancer, the mover, Canelo was able to walk him down, do what he needed to do, throwing the heavier punches. Then I also watched the Caleb Plant Darrell fight, and the same thing happened. Caleb Plant was dancing around, but Darrell was trying to walk him down, and he got caught. You know, so when they say styles make fights, does it does style make fights or do fighters make fights? Because they had the same style, Darrell and Alvarez, but yet the outcome was different.
Well, what happened can when he fought Canelo versus when he fought Darnell,
Mm-hmm.
that
Uh-huh.
proves that it's the fighter that makes the fight. Like one fighter can't just copy this other fighter style and thinking that he going to get the same outcome.
Right.
Like
Right.
Canelo probably had like a better chin, or his defense, or him just fighting that like that regardless. Just a better at doing that than Darnell was.
Right.
So
Right.
I mean, I get where like style makes fights come from, but I also feel like it's not just about that; it's about the fighter too.
Right. Right. Now, what would you tell a young fighter out there today, this looking to come up? Like the conversations you have with your younger brother. Now that you're pro, you've been a pro for several years now. You seeing him come up through the amateur ranks, and one day he's going to turn pro. What advice are you giving your young brother right now?
The advice I'm giving my young brothers, I tell them, the pro is way different from the amateur. Like, cause you already know amateur, you fight 3 minutes, 3 rounds. The pro, the helmets come off, the gloves come off. And I feel like with my little brother Musa, I feel like he already has a pro style. Like I feel like he would do better in a pro than he is in the amateur right now. And I
Uh-huh.
was just telling him, it just takes more discipline, And I also tell him like the pros when it comes to like the good things when it comes to pro, like becoming pro. Like in the amateurs back then, we had to keep on making weight every single day, fighting in the tournaments. And the pro, you only gotta make weight one time
Right.
and then fight the next day. And the amateurs
Right.
in the tournament, you got weigh in the same day and then fight later that day. Like so, I always try to give him tips about what I've been going through in a pro to help him transition better.
Right. Okay. Because that was going to be one of my next question is that, making that transition from amateur to pro, because I know there's some things that are different that you do in amateur that you have to adapt to and get used to going into the pros. For one, the extra round. A lot of people don't think that one extra round makes a big difference, but that one round makes a huge difference. You
Yeah, right.
know,
Yeah, for sure.
right. So you actually you have to, on your conditioning side, you may think that you're conditioning uh until you get and you make it to that fourth round and you be like, "Oh, I didn't run enough," or "Oh, I didn't jump enough rope," or "Oh, I didn't hit the speed bag enough." Uh because that extra 3 minutes, it means a lot.
But yeah, it definitely do. Like that last round could determine if you gonna win the fight or lose the fight. So
Right.
yeah, so you really gotta make sure you condition it. Like one round, you could be really tired the third round, and then boom, oh, you forgot you had to do one more round. So four round definitely,
Uh-huh.
it definitely makes it different from just doing three because it's an extra 3 minute round that you gotta go that you're not used to doing in a real fight.
Right. Right. And going into it, because I know when I went into my first pro fight, I had my pro debut. I was lucky enough to stop them uh, in the third round, but I went out just like I was still in the amateurs, throwing a lot of punches. And my trainer kept telling me, Donnie kept telling me, he said, "You want to slow down. You want to slow down. You're throwing too many punches." So I was like, I got this. But by the time I got to the end of the third round, I was glad. I was glad I stopped him because I don't know if I could have done that another round.
Oh yeah, see that tells you right there. That extra round, it definitely makes a huge
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah, makes a big difference. Make a big difference. So coming up December the 6th, you're making your way to the city of brotherly love. What can we expect? We've seen you before. We've seen how exciting you are in the ring. We see how humble you are outside the ring. You're making you're taking the next step. What can we expect the night of December 6th?
Man, December 6th, y'all can expect me to go in that ring, put on and show up and show out, put on a spectacular performance. I'm looking. I'm not like I'm never gonna say I'm gonna get a knockout, but I'm looking for that knockout though. Like I don't think
Right.
that the fight is gonna last all 6 rounds. But if it do, it's definitely gonna be. I'm looking, for a unanimous decision. I'm looking to really outbox this fighter, and come out with the W with the win.
There there you go. Because
Put
after
on a good
this one, I
performance.
right after this one, I do believe you'll be taking another step up to 8 round competition. Am I correct?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. All right. So you using this as a stepping stone to fill out the resume to add to the portfolio to take that next step.
Yeah, I feel like after this fight, I'm definitely
Well,
gonna be ready
I'm
for eight
excited.
eight rounds.
Right. And I was telling your dad, I told him, I said I was excited, and I was really excited when he reached out to me because I knew you all from Baltimore, but I didn't know that you trained at Upton's gym. But I was really excited when I found out and I heard it, and I told him because he reached out. He said Muhammad is fighting on the 6th, and I was like, yeah, I saw that. He was like, well, you think you got time to interview him? I'm like, without question. Without question. I want to come back and have all three of you on here at the same time.
Okay, that can definitely
That's what I
happen.
want. Yeah, I want to have all three of you on here at the same time because I want to see, you know, uh, I want to pick your brains on how each of you do things and how each of you approach things. So going into this fight December the 6th, you taking an approach of knowing that you got to make a statement. All right,
Yeah.
because you're at that level now. You're 8-1, getting ready to take your record to 9-1. So now it's time for you to make a statement in the boxing and the junior welterweight division that Muhammad Robinson is coming and he wants all the smoke.
Yep, that sounds about right. I'm
Right.
definitely,
I'm
I'm
looking
definitely
forward
trying to make
to
a
it.
statement.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. So what do you have left in your camp getting ready for the fight? Are you just on the cool down side now, getting ready to, you know, chill out, mellow out, you at weight, get ready to roll in, getting ready for the road trip?
Yeah, I mean, basically, yeah, just standing in the gym, always trying to
Okay.
sharpen my tools, not doing too much, like, anything that would, tire me out. Like, I don't want to overtrain, so I would just, loosen up, stay in the
Right.
gym, and keep going for runs, not too intense though, like nothing too intense, like.
Right.
This week, I'm basically,
Right.
winding
Nothing
down,
that
just
could
preparing for the fight.
possibly, strain a muscle or pull
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's going, affect me
Right.
during the fight. So,
Right. I'm really looking forward to it. I really am. It's been a while since I've seen you. I think actually since I've seen you in the ring, I think it's been 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, it's been 2 years since I got to see you in the ring. And I was gonna see your brother fight weekend before last there at in Baltimore at the casino, but I just couldn't come up off that money for that ticket.
Happens. He definitely did his
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, and I wanted to see it because I wanted to come in there and give him a good interview and talk to him. But I will definitely be at the fight on the 6th, and I know they'll be there too. So it'll give me a chance to talk to your little brother, it'll give you a chance to talk to your older brother, and then it'll also give me another opportunity to sit down and talk to you.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Mhm. Well, if you want, you take a minute or two to let the fans know what you got coming up. Let the fans know how they can find you on social media. Do you all have any apparel that you all will be selling that you all will be doing for this show?
We got the red, a couple of shirts. I actually don't think that we gonna be selling the shirts right now because we want to low on a budget. But for definitely for future, yeah,
Right.
yeah, we definitely gonna be sell merch out
Okay.
there, selling more merch and stuff like that.
Right. Well, I'll get with your dad. I'll get with your dad coming up before we get there, and see what we can do going into the future. But also give your fans and let your fans
Yeah.
know, where they can find you on social media, how they can get in touch with you. Let the folks know who's coming.
All right. Well, this is Muhammad, aka the real deal, and I'm definitely gonna be putting on a show this Saturday, 2300 Arena down in Philly. And y'all can follow me at boxer mo underscore. Follow Dem Robinson Boys on Instagram. Y'all can also follow my big brother Ibrahim, aka the Hitman, on Instagram. He's 9-1 right now. He's getting up there. And also Musa Rob on Instagram. That's my little brother. Doing his thing in the amateur still.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank you and your dad, for setting this up. It's been a pleasure. Like I said, I can't wait until December the 6th so I can get out there. I can see you live. I can talk to your dad. We'll sit down and talk about some things because one of the things we do, and I'll bring some equipment as well. Because what I try to do, for the people that I interview, I try to, put them in some of the RWB sports equipment, let them try it out, let them use it. But then I'll talk to your dad too about, some merchandise for them Robinson boys. I always say, if you
Yeah,
look good, you fight good.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
You know,
Yeah, that
you look
yeah,
good, you fight
that's
good.
definitely right.
Yeah, not for this fight because it's too soon. It's too close. But maybe the next fight you have, maybe the next fight your brother have, we can get together and collaborate on your battle gear. And what we'll do is we'll set it up. You send it to your seamstress, whoever makes it, and RWB Sports will pay for it.
Oh, yeah, I would definitely like that.
Okay. So,
That
and that
definitely sounds
way,
like a plan.
yeah, and that way you can get patches and stuff and have sponsors put their uh, logos and things on it. All right, but that money will go straight to you. It won't go towards your outfit because it'll be paid for.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a plan to me. Woo. That's
All
where we trying to
right.
get at.
So,
Yeah.
Muhammad, once again, I want to thank you for coming on to RWB Sports. I do apologize for the time mix up, but I want to thank you for taking time out of your night to come on here. I know you're tired. You're trying to get your feet kicked up and rest, but I really appreciate it. Tell your dad I really appreciate him setting this up. Let your brother know that we wish him all the best, on Sunday, taking that flight out. And tell Abraham I said congratulations on his victory last weekend.
Okay, for sure. I would for sure do that. And thank you for having me.
All right. Much pleasure. Much pleasure. I'll see you December the 6th.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
for sure. Yup. See you
All
down in
right.
Philly.
See you down in
All right.
Philly.
Let's
Well,
go.
this is Reginald
Yeah.
Peoples with
Get your hands up.
RWB Sports talking to
Protect
my
yourself at all
guy,
times, man. Let's
Muhammad
go. Get your
Robinson
hands up.
and the crew.
Protect your
And
chin. Boxing
this
culture
is
at
we're
a
out of
high level.
time,
You
and we
gotta
will
be
see
destined to
you
win. My
in the
team
tournament.
report all facts, no cap. Keeping receipts
All
on
right, my
records
guy.
like
Much
they
love.
out
Good
here
luck.
paying a tax.
All right.
Inside
Thank you.
info like
Uh-huh.
stockbrokers flipping this crypto, breaking down the sweet.